Hi.
Hi. Okay, good evening. Yeah, it's my parent teachers tomorrow night. I made a mistake. Okay, so just put this on screen.
Yisroel. Page Yudalef.
Okay. Pulas ruach hakidusha nikletes Eretz Yisroel. Pulas tadir. The activity of the ruach of kedusha, which you can absorb in Eretz Yisrael, is constant. And this is true. Even a person has to go to Chutz La'aretz. Kook, of course, after he went to Eretz Yisrael in 1914, he left to go to the Aguda Convention, which never took place because of the outbreak of World War I. And he was stuck in Chutz La'aretz for 4 years in Switzerland and in England. And so Rav Kook had this situation personally. So he says that even if the Ruach HaKedusha is even if you leave Eretz Yisrael, they toast by some mistake, or they is the sibum muchachos or a compelling reason. You know that once a nevuah devolves upon a person in Eretz Yisrael, it continues in Chutz La'aretz. But Eretz has you have kasdim.
Yes, Kasdim.
I have a typo. Hashedim. So since Yechezkel started prophesying in Eretz Yisrael, he could continue once he went to Babel. Shifasa Kodesh, Shuskula Eretz Yisrael, the flow of Kedusha, which begins in Eretz Yisrael, Milaketes, he has Kobi Rei HaKodesh, and it allows a person to collect all the clarifications of Kodesh, which are found which Chutz are in the depths. Obviously, Chutz on the surface is just Tameh, but in the depths, anything which has any chiyus, has any life force, has by definition Kedusha in it. And a person who comes from Eretz Yisrael to Chutz in because he's compelled to do so, some other reason, he is able to use the Kedusha he acquired in Eretz Yisrael to connect to these depths of Kedusha Chutz La'aretz. And he brings them close with the power, kind of like the magnetic pull of the Kedusha Eretz Yisrael, which draws these sparks to him. The more difficult it is for a person to tolerate the atmosphere of Chutz La'aretz, more a person senses the Ruach HaTumah of this impure land. That was similarly a sign of how much deeper he had already absorbed the Kedusha Eretz Yisrael. The Chesed Elyon, it's a sign of great Chesed. Asher lo yazeh mimenu, misha zachal istavi. What do you have here?
Bitziltzach.
Tzach. Okay, so it's not a typo. Which will not be forsaken by anyone, or it will not. This Klita Pnimis will not forsake anybody who was zochet to find shelter. But tzach in the pure shade, tzach so. Even when he distances himself, it has to wander. Gamba Goluso also is Goluso where he is ever wandering. Has Zorish Magishim Chutzlaris, the foreignness. Feels Chutzlaris Harry Mikasheres Yoser, it's called Cheshka Ruach Amnim Letzok Dushasa. It bonds a person more in all of the inner spiritual yearning to Eretz and its Kedusha. At Tzipiyah Lirosa, the yearning to see it, Mizgaberes becomes stronger. The Tzur Chakikas Tamis Kodesh Eretz Sheinei Hashem Botamid, and the inner depiction of the form of the format of the Kedusha of land which Hashem constantly is occupied with. Mereshus Hashana about Achris Shana from the beginning to the end of the year. Misamekas Yosef gets deeper and deeper. And the depth of the yearning of holiness of the love of Zion. She'll starts remembering the land. Shekol chamuras v'akshuras, in which all precious things are bounded. Shemizgaberes neshama, when it becomes powerful in neshama, afil yichidis, even the individual neshama. Areyos pu'ula nepigas neviyah, mean mayanis klal, it becomes a wellspring of growth for the entire community. The Rabos Tishma Neshama Sakshus, to the tens of thousands of souls who were connected, presumably to that individual soul. The Kol Shofar Shekibus Didachim, and the shofar blow of gathering the exiles meets Orer is aroused. The Rachamim Ram is Gabrim, and much Rachamim is aroused. The Tikvas Chaim Lisomis Notzetzes, and the hope of life for Am Yisrael sparks. The Tzemach Hashem Lech Parech, and the growth of Hashem blossoms and grows. And light of salvation, mispatzel, diffuses, mispashet, and expands. The shachar prusa harim, like the morning, which is cast in the on the hills in the morning, the morning light. So I don't think there's any particular finish here. Very beautiful and poetic. But basically, what Rav Kook is saying is that I actually shouldn't say it's not a finish. There's a finish, but it's not it's not a controversial one. Somebody who does have that, this thing which we've been talking about, this yearning for Eretz Yisroel, even when they're Chutz La'aretz, they still have this, they still have this connection to Eretz Yisroel, and this connection to Eretz Yisroel allows them, even the Chutz La'aretz, to have this capacity to find the Kedusha, like you mentioned last week, perhaps the Abraham Shalacha, wherever he finds himself. Now, the caveat here is that Rav Kook is saying somebody who's already been in Eretz Yisrael. I don't know if that's necessarily true. Obviously, it would make things easier, but I would assume that it's also possible to get this unique attitude in that which makes a person, even a Chutz La'aretz, on a higher madrega and attuned to the Kedusha, he can derive from it if he has a true to be in Eretz Yisrael, whether he was there or not. So but
I think I think that when we get on the plane to fly over there, after we say Tfilas Aderech, we should say this paragraph.
Yes. So this is something which, even if you're, as good also mentioned, this is something which is a good reason even to just visit Eretz Yisrael. In other words, even if you don't live there, you can go to Eretz Yisrael and visit and take back that Avirah with you. So it doesn't say here.
Well, I mean, if the reason you go is to explore the golf courses, then you're not going to get this. But if you prepare yourself, of course, everything is according to the preparation. If you prepare yourself and maybe you even read this paragraph, so then you might be able to capture something. You might be able to get a spark.
Right. Okay. That's a good piece. Zion.
Yes.
Malay Neshama, Osios Maleos Orachim. Neshama is full of letters, of signs, which are full of the light of life. Maleos De'avaratzon, which are full of both knowledge and of will. Leos Ruach Habatah, they're full of both the spirit of perspective and a complete reality. From the radiance of these living letters, these living signs, mismalos ziv chaim, which have become filled with the radiance of life, or kol yeser chayim. All the other levels, which are in the lebenon chayim, which are in the structure of life. Do you have Hashar here?
Asher l'chol shidros haratzon.
Okay, I really have to use a different edition. Asher l'chol shidros haratzon. So all the pathways, all the avenues of will can be illuminated by these osios, maleos, orchaim, which we haven't really explained yet, but they obviously have a tremendous impact. Hadeya v'amifal, a person's wisdom and a person's activities. The ruach neshama, a person's spirit and a person's soul, on all their levels. Shenigashim mitzvah. So I think the oath now he is specifying is a mitzvah. Every mitzvah is full of the radiance of life of all the world, right? As the Hasidim saying, the Shem Yichud v'Taryag mitzvahs hatluyim ba, right? All the 630 mitzvahs are linked to each other. And one mitzvah uplifts all the other mitzvahs, or I should say, gives light of all the other mitzvahs. Not obviously the same to do with the mitzvah itself, but there is illumination, which is a universal illumination. He flows. Every mitzvah is full of these wonderful and great letters, signs. Because here it says, and with all the secret of life, which is in the secret of emunah, meaning if a person possesses emunah, so then everything becomes linked to everything else. Ziv Oral Elohim Chaim, the radiance of the divine light. Or Elohim, the radiance of the life of the world. It lives in all its majesty in every mitzvah. When we come to do a mitzvah, all the lighters, the sides, the life of us become enhanced. They say that I forget where this is based on in others, that when a person comes to do a mitzvah, so then already that the ratzon to do a mitzvah already fills him with this kedusha with which he's going to do the mitzvah. It's not obvious, it's in the Psalm. That's where I'm reading from. But the point is that when he comes to do a mitzvah, right? So that is the desire to do a mitzvah brings it to that level. You get more empowered by the light of life and the light, higher existence. Which is glorious and rich. Osher Kodesh Olamim, but the rich of the holy of the worlds. I'm not sure it means that the holiness of the worlds or the holiness of Hashem, who sanctifies the worlds. The name it also Baratorah of Ziva Chachma, with the light of Torah, the radiance of Chachma. They flow to us, or they're driven to us. All the letters of the sources of the Torah. And corresponding to them is Osius Achayim, Hamaros Ziva or Apnim Mishamosenu. So it's like slow rice and kuchabrichu kula chadu. In other words, there's the light of the mitzvah, which bring light of Torah, sorry, which is slash mitzvah, which then activates things in us, which the Yisroel, all right? So Yisroel, kuchabrichu, the Torah's lights, which we get when we want to do a mitzvah, activate us, illuminate us, and uplift us internally. With Amaras Orah V'Ziv V'Nimi Shemosenu, they show the radiance and light which is in our essence. Tisisas Haras Olamim, Tisisa Haras Olamim Mishava, and a ferment, a bubbling, which can give birth to worlds, comes into existence. Oz Chedvas Noah, power of the happiness of the pleasantness. Gevuras Kodesh, the might of holiness. The Sason Idanim, and the joy of the life of time. Misaveh Beruchenu Pnima becomes a reality within ourselves. B'chol Kilma Miskadesh Orach B'chaim, in all creation, there's new light and new life. And he says, taking further, he says, the person has a mind to do the mitzvah and he gets this or, and he by getting this or, we are machriya, we push the balance of the world over to merit. Because that light in of itself brings merit to the world. And now, the world's 50-50, I push it over the brink and now it's 51% light. Our company is for safe or v'yosher, in any direction. There's light and straightness. Ratzon, will, v'so, v'atov, me, and an inner satisfaction. Okay, all of that is about mitzvahs in general. In Eretz Yisroel, the Otios and Neshama are expand. There they uncover its flow. Then they nurse, they suck intrinsic life from the radiance life of Knesset Yisroel. So, this is more like Yisrael Rice of Akut Shabrichu Eretz Yisroel. Right, there's the main place of where the kedusha which can become even more illuminating, is in Eretz Yisrael.
Maybe some people have such a girsa.
Yeah. Muspos hein misod tirasam. They're influenced by their creation, original creation, because everything was supposed to be in Eretz Yisrael. Avir Eretz Yisrael mamtis gadol haran haran rihanun. Eretz Yisrael, the Avir Eretz Yisrael, the atmosphere Eretz Yisrael arouses brings about the freshness, intensified freshness of these Osios HaChaim. B'ziv Tifara, in the radiance of the B'yedidus Nima, in pleasant friendship. Gvuras Ram Aliza, and with the power of happy thunder. Le'ashifas Kodesh, full of the flow of Kedusha. So the way he's understanding it is, in Eretz Yisrael, all these things are revealed more, and therefore there's much more powerful impact, which we liken, like he says here, this interesting metaphor, the Gvuras Ram Aliza. Anybody, it's a puzzle, but anything that's written for life in Yerushalayim. At Sipiali Ros Badar Eretz Chemda, the yearning to see the glory of the precious land. Hashkika Primus Eretz Yisrael, the inner ear of Eretz Yisrael. Megadelis is Osios HaKodesh. It enhances the Osios HaKodesh. So I translate Osios alternatively as signs and letters, but obviously it really means letters. And it's going with the Kabbalistic idea that everything in this world is constructed of letters. That's the basic atomic particle of Kedusha, right? So even though, what do letters have to do with Eretz Yisrael? Their letters are an abstract concept. Eretz Yisrael is a very tangible concept. So Kook is saying, no, the letters of Torah themselves are enhanced by Eretz Yisrael. And there's a special ruach in Eretz Yisrael which enhances that the letters of Kedusha and makes them more powerful. As Osios HaChaim Hatzmios HaYisraelis, the letters of the powerful life of a Jew, which are within us in our essence, he megad lasam, Eretz Yisrael, and uplifts them gadol ruchani pnimi, gidu ruchani pnimi, with an inner and spiritual growth. And it's true, but echad anol above echad mitzapli rosa, where the person born in Eretz Yisrael, one person yearns to be in Eretz Yisrael. Utzir yomer ish yivale ba v'yichanei elyon. The people will be born in it, and he will set it permanently. Hashem yispor b'ksav amim zeyulad sham sela. Hashem will count in writing the nations, and this will be born there for eternity. I'm not sure exactly how it's using that pasuk, but Hamishpat, Hamud Emtzai, the sentence, the middle pillar, Shkol Shvaklina Lov Nishan, upon which the entire hall rests, is Eretz Yisrael. Moshe Matruna is like a noble woman, Haleches, who walks and she pull at Mikan Lakan, and no. Mishpat means actually Mishpat. This is actually a medrash in Parashat Mishpatim. Mishpat is the Amud Emtzai. The middle pillar of Judaism is justice, and it's surrounded by chesed, but the middle pillar is justice. Okay, so justice. So Kol Shvaklina Lov Nishan is the main pillar upon which the entire structure is built. Moshe Matrona is like a noble woman who goes with her skirts surrounding her. She's the Mishpat. Mishpatim b'emtzios shel Torah. She hey meima musar chayim, and that says Mishpat b'nei Yisrael. Musar chevetz hanishmasi asafug b'nishmas ruach Mashiach ruach hapein sheichro lo Hashem tzikenu. This is the essence of the soul's desire to see Mashiach's reign on earth when Mashiach is called Hashem tzikenu. In other words, Mashiach's main job is to bring tzedek to the world on behalf of HaKadosh Baruch. So says Rav Kook, this tzedek, this Tzion v'mishpat tivadeh v'shaveh b'tzedakah, this mishpat is the pillar of the world, and it's the pillar of Eretz Yisrael. And obviously, in Eretz Yisrael is the place where It's supposed to be an entire authentically Jewish justice system and an authentically Jewish system of living in a righteous way based on that justice system. So therefore, everything emerges from Eretz Yisrael. All the light ultimately comes from Mishpat, even light of mitzvahs, which are B'nadam L'Makom. Ultimately, they are tools of B'nadam L'Chaveru. So Mishpat, justice is primary. The Mashiach will reveal the light of the Mishpat of Hashem in the earth, in the land, with higher strength. And that ultimately, the Mishpat of Hashem will be what negates all sorts of war and all sorts of spilling of blood, because everything you say here, Mishpat Elokim. Mishpat b'nei Yisrael leiv Aaron. Parsha of Tetzaveh, right? The question Mishpat leiv Aaron means that Mishpat is for, even though we'll perhaps automatically understand how, for Ava Shalom, V'Radifa Shalom. Mishpat is supposed to bring Shalom. It says V'Emes v'Shalom Ahavu. If you like MS, then you'll get the Shalom. Tamti Sosios Nishmasio Shekol Yisrael, and this Mishpat is the essence of the letters of the soul of Israel. As you know, the Urim Tumim was made up of letters which illuminated. Boltos omit starfos, and they stick out and they join together. So this piece has very little to do with Eretz Yisrael. Basically, what it's telling us is that there is this idea of Mishpat, which is associated with Eretz Yisrael because that's the place of optimum Mishpat. But it's really Mishpat which brings to the world this Kedusha, which brings to the world the this radiance, and an interesting idea that this is the idea of the osios of the Choshen Mishpat are the osios of Kedusha, which therefore can bring this uplifting to the world. Something along those lines. It certainly de-emphasized Eretz Yisrael here. I mean, it didn't de-emphasize it. The main issue is Mishpat, and it's kind of out of left field. But that's the season today. Any comments on that?
Yeah, it is out of left field, like you said. He just all of a sudden switches sort of to Mishpat. But yeah, I think the Osios he keeps mentioning could be letters. Certainly at the end he's referring to letters, but could also be like the inner signs of someone, the inner
right. No,
what his inner makeup, so to speak, his inner makeup. So
okay.
Anyway, very nice, beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next week Tuesday I might have a problem. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem.
All right. Have a great week.
Take care. You too. Thank you.